Hello, I'm Father Mike McGovern, the pastor of the Church of St. Mary, here to speak with you today about the Catholic Church and stem cell research. Much has been said and written about stem cells and scientific research and about the ethical issues involving that research in the past 6 years. I'd like to take today just to speak for a few minutes about some frequently asked questions about the Catholic Church and stem cells. First of all, what is a stem cell? A stem cell is a cell that has the potential to become a different kind of cell depending upon the signal it receives. Stem cells, in theory, provide possibilities for replacing damaged or non-functioning tissues to treat various kinds of diseases. These cells are found from the beginning of embryonic development through adult life. Sources for stem cells include umbilical cords, human blood, and bone marrow. And we might ask, why is the Catholic Church against the use of human embryos in stem cell research? Think for a moment that when a sperm fertilizes the ovum, that there's a new organism that's created called a zygote. The human embryo is that human life from fertilization or conception through the first 8 weeks, what we would call a zygote. The Church believes that all human life from conception until natural death must be respected. When that human embryo is used in stem cell research, scientists extract the stem cells from the embryo, and that process destroys the human embryo. We recognize that even at the embryonic level, all human life is worthy of respect. All human life is to be respected from conception to natural death. And because the process destroys the human embryo, that inherent dignity of a human life has not been respected. Therefore, using embryos in stem cell research would be considered immoral. Are embryonic stem cells necessary for scientific research? The answer is no. There are many sources for stem cells involving adult stem cells. So from things such as human blood, bone marrow, or an umbilical cord, scientists have many sources to find stem cells to use for their research, so that human embryos do not need to be used in this process. But you might ask, by objecting to embryonic stem cell research, is the Catholic Church standing in the way of scientific research and possible breakthroughs in the treatment for diseases? The answer is no. The Church is against embryonic stem cell research, but other sources for stem cells do exist. And there are many sources, as I mentioned before, such as human blood, such as bone marrow, that can be used for this research. Those kinds of stem cells can be extracted from a human being without damaging the human person. Finally, let me conclude by saying all people of goodwill hope that medical research will be able to find cures for diseases that inflict human suffering. Yet all research must take place within boundaries that safeguard the dignity of human life at every stage of development. Thank you for joining me for this simple presentation, and thank you for your prayers in support of human life and respect for life at all of its stages.